I would like to discuss what happens when we go from finger to finger. Now, usually when we see staccato, we see a dot or anything that indicates staccato playing, the feeling is immediately go up, 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 and usually even high. And people talk about and complain about feeling tight, that there is uncomfortable, and very often they can't play fast enough. So let me talk about a couple of things that cause the tension, the discomfort, the difficulty in attaining speed. When we see the staccato sign or anything indicating staccato, first thought is we're separating one note from the other. Everything is going up, up, up. The second thing is to be as short as possible. Often we are told when we touch the keys to feel like they're very hot so that it will get us up very quickly. Now, what happens when it gets us up very, very quickly like that? The fingers end up curled. The moment the fingers are curled, there's tension, and it's in the way of the arm, prevents the arm from coming down back comfortably. The lack of understanding that in order to play up, we have to first play down. That's usually missing. The same as when we play a ball. You know, a ball goes down and then bounces up and then falls down again and keeps bouncing. But to the up, before the up, there is a down. And I find when people come, for example, playing octaves, it's so short and it's so like that, that the first thing that I do is actually get them to feel the down, 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 so that the next lesson, when they have the down, they can then begin to bounce. Now, because of coming from so much staccato playing, usually there's enough staccato. It's just that it's nowhere as short as it was before. In other words, you can play quickly. You don't see my fingers really, you don't see much of a change in the fingers from playing legato, but clearly something is happening. So let me go into a scale. When we play a scale, if I show the big, let me do this, bigger rotation, so you see the single, double, single, single, double, 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 single, double, 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 single, single, double. When we play staccato, that doesn't change. We still need to go from finger to finger. So the first thing that is missing, we go up instead of thinking moving across. So I'll make, it's as if I did this to show it big. And then it becomes very small. If it's a C major, there's also in and out. Coming a little bit out, out, a little bit in, out, out, in. Out, out, in, out, in. There's another in and out for 5 fingers on white keys, but I'll discuss this one. So the staccato includes the rotation and the in and out. Same thing that we do here. Clearly, if we go fast and we go up like that, we're not going to be able to go quickly from note to note, and motions have to become small enough so that we can go fast. So all that it requires is just for the key up to come up a little bit. The feeling is not quick. It's just enough to throw us, for us to be thrown from one note to the next. And there is a little bit of a shape. All of that. So the first thing to realize in single notes here is that the motions are still there. The motions of legato are still there. We just allowing the key to come a little bit up, and since it has a down, it can bounce me a little bit up. And if it doesn't, there's something that we add to it. But normally, it becomes a combination, less staccato, less up, combined with a down, gives us ability to go from note to note quickly. So, for example, if we look at the the Bach Italian Concerto, third movement, the opening. So what is it? It's a scale. The in and out is slightly different because we're going to a black key, goes a little bit forward. Here it goes out, out, all white keys. Little bit of an out, just a little bit, because the third goes a little bit in to bring the shorter fourth finger there so that there's no curling. Very similar in the Bach that I showed the other day. So that's it. So everything becomes very small, and I think we're so used to thinking that staccato has to be short, very, very short, that it doesn't feel that short, but it sounds short enough. There are other aspects to it, but what I want is just to introduce the idea. The other information comes up in lessons, comes up in other discussions that we have online. Now, when it comes, just one second. Just wanted to show in an arpeggiated section in the violin piano sonata of Beethoven in C minor, opus 30, number 2, the second movement. It has the, you see that I'm just on the keys. You know, I'm going from key to key, and just, it's such a strong thing for the people to go up there, where gravity really, it cannot exist because there's always a great deal of tension. Instead of thinking, again, the staccato has to take me to the next note. Whether it's a cross, whether it's in and out, that's the role of it. And the left hand, this is legato, staccato. So everything is very close to the keys, and every note is related to every note. And that goes to musical also, because if you're playing a phrase and that has staccato and every note is up, up, the result is that we hear pum, 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 but we don't hear ta, da, da, da. It's still a phrase. It's a phrase that is not legato. And so the keys have to come up a little bit. And that's, in short, I would say some of the things to watch for when we play staccato with ease. This is, again, another aspect to play with ease, with security, with the feeling that each down sends us up and across, up and in, and the up is just enough to be able to move to the next key instead of going up high into the air.